Okay, you're moving on. IATA has predicted that the world's airlines will lose $9 billion in 2009. To combat the downturn, a number of airlines have also announced that they're stripping back some of their first and business class cabins to get more economy passengers on board. But Europe's first air taxi service, Blink, which offers a different approach to business travel, is celebrating its first year in business. Joining us here in the studio is Peter Leiman, Managing Director of Blink, and he joins us right around the desk here. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Congratulations on
Thank
a
you very
milestone,
much.
certainly a big one in this industry
Definitely.
right now. We've been talking all week about business travel and how affected it has been, but you focus purely on this sector. So tell us how you're staying in business and performing quite well, I hear.
Absolutely. Well, we offer something really fundamentally different in the marketplace today that doesn't exist. I mean, as you had said, we are Europe's first air taxi service, and using a new type of jet that's on the market, we can offer something that effectively amounts to a black cab with wings. We offer all the benefits of a business jet, all the convenience, all the productivity gains, and all the quality of life improvements, but for no more than what people pay for the privilege of standing on the lines at Heathrow. And so against a backdrop of tremendous industry turmoil, our utilization levels are actually 2 times what traditional business jet operators are achieving. The operational efficiencies of our model have enabled us to expand our margin by 32%. And that, combined with our financial strength, 18 months ago we had raised $30 million, making us one of the most well-funded air taxi operators globally. And that has allowed us, combined with these operating efficiencies, has enabled us to actually burn less cash each month, and has enabled us to actually become gross margin positive 6 months earlier than we had projected.
Well, really raises questions around the traditional theory of economies of scale, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
In terms of price competitiveness, how important has that been to really convince travellers to fly with you rather than with the major airlines where there are also loyalty programs?
Right. Well, look, at the end of the day, our prices are 50% below traditional business jet operators. And when you have 4 people on the plane, it's the same price or quite competitive with flying Club Europe on BA or short-haul business class across Europe.
Do you own your planes? I mean, you've got on order, what, 30 Cessna Mustangs.
Correct.
Do you own them or do you lease them?
No, we own them all.
I mean, that's a hell of an outlay of cost. Why did you do that rather than lease?
So, unfortunately, unlike commercial airlines, there's no traditional asset leasing market. There's issues of redeployability. There's issues of what residual value profiles on these aircraft are going to be 30 years out. They're a new type of jet.
The terms must be fantastic at the moment, aren't they?
We're very fortunate in that even in this challenging environment, we've been able to achieve asset financing across our fleet. And actually, just this week, we received an additional commitment from our asset financiers for the balance of the aircraft this year. So that's an additional 3 aircraft this year. So,
are there other operators moving into your market? Is Branson bought some of these low-cost?
No, he's looked at it, but he hasn't moved forward with it yet. There are other operators. I mean, it's a question of there's traditional charter operators, there's the short-haul cabins on British Airways, the Club Europe cabins, and then there's other operators who will try to achieve what we're doing later this year. And, you know, as I say, you know, a single operator doesn't make a market, right? Coke wouldn't be Coke without Pepsi. So we actually welcome competition and are looking forward to it because it'll only help us grow and start delivering what our vision is.
Year in, what's the profile of the average passenger?
Yeah, so about 80% of our travelers use it for business and about 20% use it for leisure. The very exciting part about it is the market that we're servicing, and we've talked a bit about this before. Are we servicing the business jet down market or the business class up? Now, certainly in today's environment, there's a number of people coming from business jet down who realize that traditional operators are charging them too much for what they actually need in Europe. But the real exciting part about what we're doing is that business class up cabin. And I'll give you a great example. We've been working with the FTSE 100 company over the past year, and are
if the big airlines cut the fees at the cost of being up front, will that hurt you?
Not necessarily, because what we've got is we can provide day trips to cities that they otherwise couldn't do. We can enable people to do more than one city in a day. And I'll give you a great example. This FTSE 100.
Get a quick one because we're running out of time.
The FTSE 100, we're providing a 15% cash-on-cash savings relative to what this company is paying today to fly commercially.
Good to see you this morning.
Good seeing you.
Best of luck with the rest of the year as it stands. Peter Leiman, Managing Director at Blink. Alan, let's just briefly wrap up with you.